Thank you for joining the TutorMe session at the Clever Edtech Fair. I would like to introduce our team. So this is Peggy and myself, and we will be your hosts for the TutorMe session. Our contact information is located here, and our partners at Clever will also share this information with you. So let's get started. So to provide a brief overview, our mission at TutorMe is to improve student success. Platform is 24/7, 365, meaning your students can get connected to a tutor no matter the time of day of the week, including holidays. Our whole purpose is to bridge learning gaps. So whether that is a student currently struggling or that student that is your B+++ student that is trying to get that A, we are here to support your students in that educational journey. So we have over 15,000 tutors in our tutor network. Our tutors do go through a vetting process, which includes 12 hours of training. They go through background checks, mock lessons before they're able to become part of our tutor network. We provide a lesson space, which is where your students will meet those tutors virtually one-on-one. Our lesson space does have audio, video, chat, screen share capability, as well as a bunch of other integrated items that I will share with you here momentarily. We also provide an asynchronous option, which is through our writing lab. This is where a student can come, log in, drop off their paper, and then within 6 hours or less that they are getting that paper back fully vetted by a tutor. So let's see the platform. So here's what we would call your account landing page. So the student that arrives here would have a couple of different options. One option is to connect with a live tutor. The other one is to go through that writing lab. So connecting with a live tutor will be a synchronous session where they're able to meet with that tutor in the virtual environment. So let's go there. Here it is. This is our lesson space. So as you can see up here on the top right-hand side that there's full video and full audio. This is automatically turned off. It is 100% up to the student as to whether or not to enable those functionalities. If the student does not want audio and video, we have chat capabilities for the student to be able to chat as their primary form of communication throughout the lesson. As we're moving over to the whiteboard space, I'm going to show you a couple of integrated items and how your student can actually interact with those lessons. So one item, they can certainly import something. So this could be an image, this could be a worksheet that they're working on, but the student can simply upload their image in here and begin working through that image. The student can also have a couple of options on integrated items. So as we're moving on, the tutor will encourage the student not to erase this board, but simply come up here and add a new board. And this is primarily because every single one of our lessons is 100% archived. That is audio, video, chat, anything happening within these boards is captured and recorded. That is so that the student can look back at their past lessons and be able to use those as a study guide in the future. They can also use some integrated items that we have. This is, I'm going to put up a simple equation, and once they hit update, they'll be able to update a graph. So this provides for accuracy. The item that I just used was this graphing, and that is through Desmos. We have Desmos graphing calculator integrated in our platform in order for your students to have the most accurate experience in this space. So certainly this looks a lot better, especially as a study guide, than a student maybe hand drawing this. As we're moving on, we also have integrated items like a calculator, which allows your student to recreate that math problem that maybe they need support in. We have a text editor, which allows for synchronous writing support. So this is where a student can simply type in here, or maybe they can copy and paste a paragraph that they are working on that they need a live tutor to help them with. We also have another synchronous support for writing, and that's through Google Docs. So your student can simply launch Google Docs and be able to share that document that they're working on. If your students are more prone to using OneDrive or really have any other web-based assignment, they can come up here to enable screen sharing. Once they enable screen sharing, this will allow them to launch whatever web-based assignment it is that they're working through. We do have a code editor, so I will use HTML as my example to show you what that interface looks like, but certainly we have over 50 different coding programs that we do support. So a student can come in here and be able to work on coding line after line after line. Fun fact is so far through a case study, the youngest student that we do have using the code editor is in 4th grade. File sharing. This allows that student to upload another document. We also allow for tutors to upload documents. So that allows a tutor to say, hey, the student really could utilize this study sheet as a go forward independent basis. So they certainly can upload a document. The student can also upload a document should they have a worksheet that they want to have support in. So as I'm exiting this, I will also take us through Writing Lab. So when a student has maybe a book report that they're working on, that they want to have a tutor to review it, they can come here, select Writing Lab. It's going to remind the student that they are not entering into a one-on-one live tutoring session, that this will be a drop-off paper review. Once they hit I understand, it offers them the suggestion to have a title for that paper. Then describe your assignment. So this is where we do encourage students to copy and paste their written assignment into instructions into this section. What that does and what that supports is that when a tutor receives that paper, they can refer to the description of the assignment to make sure that they are giving enhanced feedback to that student, knowing what that student is trying to respond to. We have a button here, which is English is not my native language, which allows for a student to select that, and it gives us the opportunity to pair that student with a tutor with a like native background. Once they hit next, a bulleted list giving the student information about what they should expect to receive from that written paper. And then they can select the style or format of that. I'll select not applicable. Once they hit next, then they can upload that paper. So I'm going to show you what that interface looks. I'm taking a Word document that's about 7 pages, double spaced. It has about a 12,500 character count, and we're estimating it's going to take about 60 minutes for that tutor to receive, review, and provide feedback. Once they hit submit, then within 12 to 6 hours, they will receive that paper fully vetted by a tutor. A couple of other items I would like to highlight is the ability for your students to go back to those tutors that they met with in that one-on-one lesson space. So if that student really liked that tutor, they can go ahead and favorite that tutor following that lesson. They can go directly back to Taylor then in this section and start a lesson with her. They also can view some of the recent tutors that they have on the platform to be able to connect with any of the tutors. However, they have unlimited access to continue to connect with new tutors through just selecting this button. When we're talking about their past lessons, they can come here, go into their past lessons. This allows us to view those past lessons. So we can go ahead and view that. It brings up the lesson that perhaps was just done, and the student can go ahead and look board by board and be able to revisit the lessons that they have taken at TutorMe. I certainly appreciate all of your time, and our contact information will be made available to you as stated. And thank you, and look forward to hearing from all of you.